Hello everybody, and welcome. My name is Kaiser, and today we're going to be playing some Monster Train. Monster Train just released on May 21st, so it's been out for a couple of weeks. It is a strategic roguelike deck-building game where you are basically in control of a train on its way to hell. You control what's called a Pyre, and that Pyre is basically the last one, and you're going to use it to rekindle the flames of hell. So, game has a lot of replayability. I've had quite a bit of fun playing it so far. But so let's go ahead and get started. So when you start a run, you get to pick who your primary clan is. And this basically means who your hero is going to be. When you start, you only have the Hellhorned and the Awoken, but I played a little bit and unlocked the Stygian Guard. You see these characters on your screen. That's going to be your hero. I've had quite a bit of luck with the Awoken, so I think I'm going to go with this hero. And with the last one, I actually tried out the Stygian Guard, and I never once got the Shark Man. So I think I'm going to go ahead and try that again. My first victory did with the Hellhorn. That's a pretty good unit. I like that one. But since I didn't get to try this one, I'm going to go ahead and give him another try. I'm currently on one win streak, and as you play more, you can actually make it harder. So when you start, you have no covenant, as it says right here. It's 25 in total. Just got done with this one. Covenant rank 1, enemy is stronger, add additional random cards to your starting deck, and now it adds deadweight to your starting deck. I don't know what that means, so that's going to be kind of a learning experience for me too. But as you can see, you have 5 primary clans to unlock, and then of course the same amount for allied clans. And then as you play with them, they level up and get different things. You unlock new cards with them. I believe the developer has said there's over 220 cards. Yeah. There's quite a few. Anyways, let's go ahead and depart. Alright, so now we're in the screen right as we depart. This is going to tell you right away who the final boss is going to be. And you're probably wondering, why is it telling you that the final boss is going to be Seraph the Chest? Well, the reason why is because each time you run through it, the last boss can be different. Like, for instance, in the last the last time, the final boss was Seraph the Temperament, I believe. So right there, the end is near. This incarnation of Hell's greatest foe has the power to cleanse all units of effects which don't benefit Seraph. This fight will require more than sheer strength. And you can hover over him and it'll tell you right here all his abilities. Seraph will remove half of any buff and debuff effect staff. And of course then it explains to you what a buff and a debuff is. Last time I fought him, basically what he did was every turn he weakened a group of my monsters. But so here are my starting random cards. This one's a pretty good card. I get 2 of those. This one I don't think I've had yet. And then this one's a pretty good one too. I'll show you here in a little bit why that one's really good. I used that one quite a bit in my last run. But so here's our little train. I believe it's called the Bone Breaker. Here's our menu where we're going to be spending most of our time outside of combat. We got some information up here. This 80 out of 80 is our Pyre health. Basically, if enemies attack it, it goes down. But the Pyre also has attack power of 20, so it's going to do 20 damage each turn. This right here, we'll get to that in a minute, but basically it means I've got, every turn I can spend 3 Ember, I draw 5 cards, and each one of the floors of my train has 5 capacity. So that probably doesn't mean nothing yet, but we'll go ahead and get to that. As we're running along the track, we can pick things along the side. Now since there's only one track this way, we get everything along the track. So Dark Forge, upgrade your champion. Let's see what we're going to get. Okay, so this is just for our hero. We can pick which one of the abilities we want her to do. If we go with this one, basically every time she gets healed, it's going to deal 15 damage to the front unit, right as it says there, and you can even hover over the card in case you don't know like what rejuvenate means. In this case, triggers when healed. And we'll get 25 health. This right here is her attack factor, but she has 0, and that's because the build on this one's supposed to be you're supposed to heal her. On this one, she gets spikes 10, and right there, when a unit with spikes is attacked, the attacker takes 1 damage per stack. Hey, I know you don't have all day. Nameless blacksmith lady, I will call you Brunhilde, because you look like a Brunhilde. But so spikes 10, and then also 30 health. I really like this one, because no matter what, if the enemy has armor or anything like that, it's still going to do 10 damage. So we're going to choose an artifact. These are active at all times. So deal 2 damage whenever an enemy moves between floors, or grant 2 stacks Frostbite each time it is applied. Frostbite does not decay. 2 damage is kind of minuscule. I think I'm going to go with this one just because with the Stygian Guard, you do actually get quite a few frostbite cards. But let's go ahead and go to our first fight. Alright, so first things first. Heaven's Priest. These disciples have dedicated themselves to the service of heaven and will attempt to restore the life of their companions. Every time you go through these, generally, I've seen this guy as the boss every single time on the first floor, but the units that he comes with are different. Now, what you can also do this trial, this basically gives you an added incentive to take a harder challenge. I don't really like doing most of them because I don't think the trade-off's really worth it, but sometime they are. So the first hand you always draw your hero, but then the rest are random. So this is our main battlefield. We're on the train, and each train has a floor. Well, I say each train. The train has 3 floors before you get to the last shard of the pyre. Every turn, unless you do something to keep them there, these enemies will move up until they finally move up here. They will damage the pyre, and the pyre will damage them back. As you can see right here, our pyre has 80 health, and it'll do 20 damage. And right here, this guy will do 2 damage, and he has 40 health. Now this one right here, this just means he's going to heal for 5 after every single round. So, but all you gotta do, you pick someone you want to put them right there. Now of course she has spikes, that's her primary mode of damage. He's not going to attack her because all he's going to do is heal, so we're going to have to find out a way to either overpower them or cast a spell on him. Unfortunately, we did not get a spell this round, but that's okay. So we'll go ahead, we'll summon another unit up here. You'll notice on Train Steward it says, or it shows that it has 2 little yellow icons. That's basically how much room he takes up. The Sentient, our champion, does the same. She takes up 2 slots, and right here it'll show you how much we can put basically on these floors. It's the same for every floor. We can do 5 starting out with, but as we go through the game, we will have options to upgrade that. So, but other than that, we've done pretty much well all we can do. These are healing items, and no one's been hurt yet. So now we're going to hit end turn. They're going to duke it out. So nothing really much happened that round. He attacked our Sentient. She hit him back, and he took a little bit of damage. A little thing that popped up right here is the Collector. He's kind of like a incentive to go after him, because if you beat him this round, you gain 50 gold. And if you don't, root him or beat him, he's going to run away. This is all just junk, really? Yeah, sure, I bet. So what we'll go ahead and do, I don't know if we want to put a monster up there, or if we should just attack him with an ability, because I think I'm going to put this guy here. Let's go ahead and we'll attack him, just so we can get that cash. If our Pyre takes some damage, that's okay. It's a start of the game. Still got plenty of time to do things. No attack, but he heals. That's kind of annoying, because I really haven't got too many monster cards so far. Now that part where you said a brief respite, that's usually the last round before the boss shows up. Boss kind of has a different mechanic to it, but we'll get to that in the... Oh, so that's what dead weight. Unplayable and unpurgeable. Well, that's kind of a bummer, so it just kind of takes up a spot in your... Just takes up a spot. Well, that's no fun. You're not very nice. Alright, so we'll go ahead. We'll put him there. Gonna go ahead and restore her some more, because the boss is obviously going to come down here. I guess I can go ahead and do this in case I get another spell card next round. I don't think I will, but I mean, you never know. Never know. Now, something else I can explain up here. This is our draw pile. We're going to draw 5. You might notice we've only got 2. Well, once you run out of your draw pile, everything that's left in your discard pile, all these things, go right back over. And man, I really don't have a lot of units. All I have is Train Steward. Okay. Well, that's kind of a bummer. We're going to have to get more hero units soon then, but we're going to go ahead and do this. Our Pyre is going to take some damage in the... of course, the first level. And that's kind of a bummer, but these guys don't do that much damage. It's really no big deal. Does my hammer frighten you? Okay, calm down, Reinhardt. Now, with it being a boss, there's a little bit of a different mechanic with this one. All bosses have relentless, and basically what that means is combat will continue in this room back and forth until one side loses. You'll notice right here on my sentient, there's an X. That means during this encounter on this floor, she's going to lose. Just as how you notice 75 on here, that means when this encounter's done, he's going to lose 75 health. It's a good way to kind of gauge how a round's going to go just at a glance. But let's see what I can do to kind of mitigate the damage here. Alright, so restoring retreat. The reason why this card's really good, you know how normally we can only have like five slots right here? Well, until you have a total of 7 units on your side and you keep getting this card, you can just keep moving people down even if you're at the limit. So that's not really going to help me here because my units are kind of nah. But we can go ahead and unfortunately they won't get moved forward. We're going to go ahead and move this one down just so we can end up doing a little bit more damage on this guy. See, so now we went from 75 to 120. That'll definitely make it more bearable because I guess he's not too much worse than these guys, but we really don't want him to get up to the Pyre with a lot of health. And then I guess other than that, let's go ahead and put him here, and we'll go ahead and start this beatdown. And of course, up here is not going to really matter much. They're going to go to that Pyre, but they're going to kind of keep slapping each other back. Now, we haven't faced any enemies that have armor, but once again, that's why I like spikes. Because Spike will just bypass armor, I believe. Okay. So now, of course, since he passed that level, we will know there's no more enemies spawning. This floor is absolutely pointless. So, they lock it up. Now, unfortunately, I can apply a spell weakness to this guy, but I have no spells. So that's kind of a bummer. That's okay, because he's not going to survive this round, so we might as well just go, because, we'll just do it, whatever. Oh, well, I guess I didn't really explain what that spell did. So basically that spell card that I just used is also a very good one, because basically what it does is it will heal your unit up to 10 HP, and then it does, I believe it was 10 times the damage to the front unit. I had to heal 4 HP off that unit, and it did 40 damage. It's alright. So here's our victory score. Won the battle, get 1,000. Now because our Pyre took 8 damage, we lose 16%. And because we beat the boss 2 turns before he would have made to the Pyre, however, we got 20%. So 1,040. You do get spoils of cash, clan packs, and allied clan packs, and so basically what that means is you will get a card that is specific to your primary clan, and then you'll get a card that's specific to your allied clan. So let's see what we got. We got Glimmer, restore 2 health to all friendly units and deal 2 damage to all enemy units. Kind of meh, but it's cheap. Sharpen, not too bad, enhance with 4 attack damage, and then do 4 spikes. And then Region 5. I think what I might do, I think I'm going to go ahead and do this in the hopes that I will be able to upgrade it. Same we got here. Flash Freeze, deal 3 damage, apply Frostbite. Frostbite is basically like poison. And remember, we have that artifact right up here where it does not decay. Normally it would decay, but it will stay 10 each turn, so that might be a good one to have. Titan's Tooth. Deal 5 damage to enemy units and apply 12 Frostbite. This one doesn't seem that bad, but it's going to cost a lot. That one's not really going to help me much in the beginning. And then this one, deal 25 damage to the front enemy unit. Discard a card at random. I think I'm going to go with Flash Freeze just because of my artifact that I got. Okay, so first battle down. Not too bad. So now we're in the Cliff of Fallen Souls. We were in Limbo before, so you know Limbo just has a train track going through it. But now we're in the Cliff of Fallen Souls. We have a total of, I want to say, 8 floors to go through. Yeah, before we're at the Frozen Heart. So everything's frozen, so I guess just hell is naturally a cold place. So, but now we actually get to diverge and determine where we want to go. If we go left, we will get a Merchant of Steel, which will upgrade our units for cash. And we can get a Awoken Banner, which will give us an Awoken unit, which is our primary clan. Plant people, yeah. This way, Merchant Magic, this one upgrades our spells, and this one we get a Stygian unit. Now, I did want to try to upgrade that one spell card, and, you know, I still haven't seen Shark Dude, so let's go ahead. Let's see if I can get Shark Dude. I did not get Shark Dude. I am still so disappointed. Okay, so which one of these do we want to get? Siren C, Incant basically means whenever she's on a floor that I use a spell on, she will get +1 attack and +1 health. But I didn't see this one on my last run, and spell weakness is pretty good. Next time the unit is hit by a damage spell, it takes that much damage again for each stack of spell weakness. So if she basically, you know, if she's able to hit something twice, if we like give her multi-strike where she can attack twice or however many stacks she has of it, she can apply 2 stacks of spell weakness. And then if I have a spell, which a lot of the Stygian spells, I believe they do either 3 or 6 damage, then they would just be multiplied by whatever it is. But Merchant of Magic, let's check him out. Got a little cyber kitty here. What's funny is it's always a cat, but depending on what kind of a merchant it is, he'll look different. But so now we got a couple of options. We can upgrade a spell to cost one less ember, upgrade a spell with +20 magic power, and consume. Consume basically means once it's played, it's done for that battle. You don't lose it forever, but just for that battle. And then you have upgrade a spell to remove consume, but cost +1. So when you click on that, it does tell you. Fortunately, I have no spells that are eligible for that. That's fine. But what we could do, we could upgrade a spell with magic power. Like one of these. Oh, sorry, it's equal to 5% of the amount healed. And what we could then do... Oh, actually, I know what I want to do. First, I want to do this, because this is what I did in my last round. This helped me really good. Making this 1 is nice. But then what we will do next, we will upgrade a spell. Thinking maybe this one. And then if we have, like, a really nasty attack, we can do that. And then we will use this to remove consume. So, it's a bummer that it costs 2, but that's okay. Because if we actually are able to get that set up right and pull that off, it will be pretty nasty. So this time, penitent prayers. The reconcilers have arrived in great force to make sure that you repent for the sins that hell has brought upon the world. So right here, High Priest to the light, that's the boss. I've only seen him, I think, one other time. Reconciler and Forge Disciple, like I said, just kind of a preview of some of their units. So I can do the trial, and you know, that might not actually be a bad one to do, especially since it's a unit draft, because these guys don't do a lot of damage. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that, just so we can kind of check it out. I say that, and watch, this will be a horrible mistake, and this will be the end of this run, and you know, that'll be it. Okay, Sentient up front. And I guess we will go ahead and pop her right here. Might as well. Apply spell weakness. Well, I guess we might as well do that since that is a free card. That just means next round if we do get a card, we'll obviously do double damage. Have no use for this yet, so we'll go ahead and end our turn. Oh yeah, and actually I've double. Sweet, even better. Ooh, we got a little angel cherub dude. So this was kind of perfect what we wanted to do. Not that, obviously, but go ahead and do this just to heal my Sentient a little bit. Then we're going to do this, and normally it does 6 damage, but because this sucker's got 2 stacks of, spell weakness, it's now going to do, 3 times the damage. Bam. And then I think what we'll do, just so we can get that cherub. Oh, we won't get that cherub. Oh, indeed a bummer. Well, that's okay. We'll go ahead and do that. We'll just make sure that the fight's done on that one. Ha ha! I'll get you next time, cherub. Yeah, the Wildwood lives. So unfortunately, I'm going to lose my train steward this round, and that's kind of a bummer. But I think what I'm going to go ahead and do, worst case if he gets up to the pyre, that's also fine. Let's get some more spikes on her. and restore her. And we'll call it good there. He will attack the Pyre twice. But that's just kind of how it goes. Okay, perfect example of this spell right here. We won't kill the boss. Well, no. We might kill the... No, we won't kill the boss. So we're going to restore 16 health. But it's going to do 5 times that to this guy. So 80 damage, boom, right off the bat. It won't kill him, sadly, but we, you know, we'll... I'm pretty confident we can get him. We're just not getting any units, really. Well, then again, I don't really have any units, so kind of a bummer, as always. But okay, here we go. Of course, he's the boss, so relentless. He's gonna keep going until we lose. And sadly, we're gonna lose. Of course, he's gonna come up there and sacrifice himself. But luckily, he doesn't just run straight up there. I'll get an opportunity to try and defeat him again. Fortunately, don't really have cards that'll help me out here. But he does have the... Well, I say that, but I forget he has spell weakness. Yeah, you going down this round. How can you live in this wretched place? Well, I mean, you're dead, so what platform do you have to judge me? Alright, so back to picking some wins here. You'll notice this one has a golden rim on it. All that means is I mastered it, and all that means is I used it in a couple of runs where I was victorious. I think that's kind of like a, hey, you use this card, you know, this was a good card for you to use. And I'm going to go ahead and take it again. So now this one, kind of the same. This one was also a very good spell once it was upgraded because it just does so much damage, and I think I'm going to get that one again in the hopes of being able to, take advantage of spell weakness. Now, because of that trial, we did get a unit draft. Unfortunately, it does not look like we really got anything good. I like the Animus of Will because of multi-strike, and you beef that up, it can be pretty nasty. But I unlocked this one last round. But I really like that multi-strike. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and go with the multi-strike again. She's a good backline combatant. Now, once again, lines diverge, but sometimes you'll get something kind of in the middle, so whichever path I go, we'll have this. And the concealed caverns basically just mean, you know, you don't know what can happen. It can be a whole bunch of things. But so now we're in Bogworm's Remains. If we go right, we'll get to duplicate any card except your champion, and we'll get another Awoken unit. Or we can go to the Merchant of Steel and get a Stygian unit. Well, I don't really have a lot of money. Let me go this way, because I probably have a unit I could, or a card that I could, duplicate. This one would be a good one to duplicate, but I think, even though I am going to get another unit, that I should probably focus more on the unit portion. Don't really need any more trained stewards. Those guys are just kind of meh. But I'm thinking we're going to do the Animus. Yeah, got another one of those. Let's see what we got here. Well, Animus of Speed. This is the bad boy I wanted. Awoken Hollow. He's if you can, even without being beefed up, he's pretty good. But the primary clan deck has a lot of healing items, and healing buffs him too. So right here, a fissure in the ice forces the Bone Shaker to stop. That's the name of the train. You've seen cracks like this before, often allowing you to multiply your forces through some ancient magic. But this one is different. Unstable. Throwing something into the fissure could have unusual side effects, while just absorbing the energy from afar could have the more expected effect. So, we can basically absorb from afar, copy a card, or throw something in, copy a card 5 times. Sure, why not? Let's go all or nothing. Which one do we want? I mean, I kind of like that one. But I think what we're going to go with is we're going to get some more Hollow Boys. Yeah. Your tribute sinks into the fissure, followed by a bright flash of light, then nothing. The fissure closes. All that's left are several copies of what you tossed in. Unstable, but strong. let's see if those actually did anything, because I want to say the last time it just made 5 copies. Like I don't get where the unstable part comes in. But yeah, they're all the same. And I know on the first run that I did this on, that I actually won on, I actually got him, and he already had 2 buffs on him, so it was even better. I pretty much, well, he won the game for me. But okay, so next we have a fight. It seems like always in the 3rd area, I always fight Daedalus, Heaven's disgraced professor. So he's the first boss who he's actually going to be on the side, and he's going to kind of keep interacting in the battlefield the entire time. So what he's basically going to do, double barrel is his ability, and constructed explosives explode twice. Throughout this entire fight, he's going to put bombs on different floors. Now on a floor, if there's none of our minions and he has a bomb there, there's no point messing with it. But unfortunately, right off the bat, he put one right here. It's going to do 10 damage, so we really want to try and, wipe that out. Unfortunately, I have nothing to hit that with this round, and that's going to be a lot of damage. And if I put the sentient right there, she will not survive the round. So, we're going to start a little bit higher up this time. Put both of our guys right there. Now there's no other, now even though there's no one up here to really do the latter part of this effect, we're going to go ahead and heal him, because he only starts with 15 health, but the moment you play him, he gets, I believe it's 60, and the whole point of that is every time you heal him, he buffs up. See, like his attack went up, and that's because every time you trigger rejuvenate, he gets +1 attack and health. Nothing else to do this turn. Let's let that bomb explode. Fortunately, it does not damage their units, which is kind of a bummer, but can't have anything or everything. So this time, I can actually at least get rid of one of them to kind of reduce her damage. And I can summon 2 more of those guys. Yeah, sure, why not? But we're going to put them up here just so that we don't have a bomb exploding in their face. Oh, I can't because he's too big. He's too big. But that's okay. So once again, I love thorns. Everyone who attacks gets hit. You might have noticed that that Awoken Hollow actually got to attack the boss. Well, in this situation, that bomb's going to go off and it's going to kill my Hollow. But if I can take out the bomb beforehand, which I will, then those guys get free pop shots at him. So that's pretty good. But as I said, let's do that first. We're going to hit that, so they get to hit him. Put him down here. He's going to damage them some. I'm also going to lay a restore on him, just to beef him up a little bit, and just make sure he survives that encounter a little better. So, up here will be alright. She's, of course, going to be a little bit lower, so hopefully we're going to get a healing spell here. But he doesn't attack yet. And he won't spend this entire match on that right side there. Eventually, he will come down at that bottom floor and start to traverse up the train. Now, I've never beaten a boss when they have not entered in, so don't know if that's even possible, but it might be. Okay, finally we got Flash Freeze. This is a good one because this doesn't just apply to the front one. So sometimes you'll have enemies like this which will give their allies a buff. So we really want to try and get rid of them first. However, I'm going to want to aim for this bomb just so that we don't lose our sentient. Other than that, he's going to be gone. Unless I do this. He'll survive with a little bit of health. Yeah, why not? She will unfortunately lose more. That's a bummer. But what we'll go ahead and do, though, just in the hopes of future on, we will smack him, put spell weakness on him. And unfortunately, this can't play him anywhere else. But we'll go ahead and just discard him. 2 more turns, we will have gone through our entire draw pile, and then we'll get everything back. Yeah, I'm sorry, Hollow Bro, that you gotta take some hits. Hopefully we'll get a healing item this time, because we really need to heal her. Oh, and I completely forgot that they had haste, which basically moves them from the first to the third floor. Well, too bad that ensnare doesn't do any damage. What I'll do is I'll put this train steward in the front. He'll take most of that. But unfortunately, that's not really going to matter. Because I have nothing that will really guarantee a kill on anyone. What I could do is I could do... Oh, never mind. Those guys are going to die for sure because that's going to blow up twice. There's a bummer. Well, we'll go ahead and do this on him. Spell weakness. Do some Ice Lance. He'll take some damage. And, you know, honestly, I could just kind of root him in place so that he doesn't move. So, yeah, you're going to stay there, buddy. Our Pyre will once again take damage. Of course, we really don't want that, but as I'm doing these runs, I've noticed there will be some runs where I will go, like, almost the entire thing without taking any damage. And then I will just have some like this where I take damage every single time. Okay, so there you saw Relentless, which now means he's going to start whacking away there. Unfortunately, I wanted to kind of save this until he was in the front. That's not going to happen. However, we could do kind of a sneaky play. But I won't have enough to hit him with that. That is a bummer. Bummer. I think I'm going to go ahead and do, even though it's not going to hurt anything, let's go ahead and heal these guys up. Okay, this time, since he's going to be doing more damage, let's do that. Yeah, see, on him we're only going to do 221, he's only going to lose 221 of his health, which is sad. Very sad. Too bad we can't, like, get rid of units and then resummon them, but that's just how it goes when you're on the monster train. A lot of grunting sometimes. Kind of sounds like we're recording doing the voice acting for a Dragon Ball Z recording. Lots of grunts. And honestly, there's not much I'm going to be able to do, because he's just going to whack away and kill him on the first turn. And here's hoping that my Pyre can survive. Ooh, my Pyre might not actually make it. This might be the end of the round, or the run. Oh no! No! Sad music. Sadness. Well, even in defeat, you do get some score and you do level up. It's not very much, but it's better than nothing. Oh, the monster train's so sad. It's just like totally got explodified. Well, anyways, that's kind of just the first look that I wanted to show you guys on Monster Train. Might make a might make a Let's Play on this, an actual Let's Play series. Don't know about that yet, though. We'll just see kind of how it goes if I can't find anything else to really do a Let's Play on. But thanks for joining me, checking out Monster Train. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if this is more of something that you'd like to see, and I will talk to you later. Bye.